In this video, I'll show you exactly how you can compose your very own beautiful cover of Sheeran's song Perfect on the piano. My name is Linde and I'm a piano coach from Denmark, and I teach my students these exact methods every single day that allows them to compose their very own beautiful covers of all of their favorite pop songs on the piano. And these exact methods are built up around two key elements. One is having a deep understanding of how music theory works, and the other is using your ear actively when you are learning a new song on the piano. So let me just show you exactly how I would apply these methods when learning Ed Sheeran's Perfect. The first thing I would always do when learning a new song is finding out what key the song is in. So if you don't know what that means, let me just give you an example. So this song, Perfect by Ed Sheeran, is in this key of A flat major. So the first thing we do is find the key A flat, which is this note, and then we play the major scale. And if you don't know how to play a major scale, I would recommend you to look it up, but the A major scale, A flat major scale, looks like this. So as you can see, I played 7 different notes there. A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, and then back to A flat. Okay, so 7 different notes. A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, and G. And those are the 7 notes in the scale, in the key of the song. So those are the 7 notes I would use when finding the melody. That also means that I wouldn't, for example, use the B or the A, because they are not in the scale. Instead, I'd use A flat and B flat. And I wouldn't use, for example, this note right here, because we have F and G in the scale. So this note is not in the scale. Okay, so now I know that. I know what 7 notes I can use when finding the melody in just a moment. But then I would just find the chords of the song, and there's different ways to find the chords of the song. The easiest, probably, if you don't know much about music theory, is just finding the chords online with an online tool. That could be Tab's Ultimate Guitar, that could be Chordify, that could be a YouTube video. It could be different ways you could find the chords. But I have cheated a little bit. I know the chords right now, and they are A flat major, F minor, D flat major, and E flat major. So the next problem would be building those 4 chords. And what you need to know in order to build those chords is know how to build a major chord and how to build a minor chord. So a major chord is the root note plus 4 half steps plus 3 half steps. What does that mean? So the first chord was A flat major. This is A flat, that's the root note. Then it's major, so I do 4 steps and then 3 steps. I go 1, 2, 3, 4 steps up to C, and then 3 steps up to E flat. Here I have my chord, A flat major. The next chord was F minor. So a minor chord is just the opposite, so the root note plus 3 and then 4. So F is here, then 3 up to A flat, and then 4 up to C. This is F minor. The third chord was D flat major, so D flat plus 4 plus 3. And then E flat major, so E flat plus 4 plus 3. A flat major, F minor, D flat major, and E flat major. And now you can even use what we call inversions. And there's a simple rule to chords that say that as long as you play the 3 notes in the chord, you're still playing the same chord. So what does that mean? Let's, for example, take the A flat major. It has 3 notes, obviously, the A flat, C, and E flat. But it doesn't really matter where I play those 3 notes as long as I just play exactly these notes. So I could take the E flat and move it down to this E flat. So I removed an E flat and I added another E flat. So I still play the same 3 notes, A flat, E flat, A flat, C, and E flat. The E flat has now just been moved from here to here, but it's still the same 3 notes, still the same chord. So that is allowed to do. And the next chord, F minor, now becomes much easier to play, because the only thing I need to move is the E flat up to F. And then we went to the D flat major, like this. Again, I can move this chord closer to the other two by, for example, taking this note and moving it up instead of the top note and moving it down. So I could take this D flat and move it to this D flat. Still the same 3 notes, still the same chord, still D flat major. But now look what happens when we switch from the first to the second and then to the third. We just move the thumb from C to D flat and then the last chord. So the first chord here and the second, third and the fourth. So now we have used one of the 2 key elements that we needed, and the other was, of course, using the ear actively when we're playing. And if you listen to the song, you can hear that the chord, the first chord here, is played basically 12 times as 8th notes. So it goes like in pairs of 3, like this. So 4 pairs of 3, 4 times 3 equals 12. So you play 12 times, but like in pairs of 3 at a time before switching to the next chord. So you can see I empathize on the first of the 3 times I played to really get the sound out of the first, and to empathize on the 4 beats basically. And then we switch to the next chord, do the same thing. The same thing with the third chord. And the last. And now we have the chords, but we don't have any melody yet. But we need to use our knowledge about the key of the song. So as I told you before, we have those 7 notes to play with when finding the melody. So you can use your ear, you can try to find the first note of the song when he starts singing. It's not this one, not this one, but this one. You have to look within the key of the song, within the scale, for the right notes. And when you find them by using your ear and listening to the song, you can then start to build the melody. And also you need to know that when he sings a lighter note, a higher pitched note, next time you need to go to the right on the piano. And when you can hear that the next note he sings is lower pitched, we go to the left on the piano, because that's where the notes become lower pitched, this way. So he starts on this E flat, I can hear when I listen to the song. Then it goes up to, not G, that's too far, but I need to look within the scale. So F is an option, that sounds right. No. Yeah. E flat, F, A flat twice. That's how the song starts. And then I can add the chords at the right time. Then comes this melody. And then C again. And when I hit the C, I play the next chord. And I only play notes in my right hand from the scale. I don't play any other notes. So then comes the next part of the melody. And the next chord. So, as you can see, I listened to the song and I added the chords at the right time, and I found the melody just by ear, by knowing what key the song is in, and by then listening note by note and finding them in the key of the song. So one more time, this is like the verse of the song, the first part, the first half of the verse of the song, and I'll just show you one more time. Now begins the second half of the verse. Back to the first chord. And then starts what we could call the chorus of the song, basically. So yeah, I just added our chords to the melody that I found by ear, and now you have it here. So if you want to, you can try to find it on your own, but you can also just look at what I do. And then in the chorus, it's basically the same chords, almost. But for the fourth chord here, you just cut it over in half and play the first half of it as the first chord. So that means you play, when the chorus starts, you play the first chord. Next chord. And now instead of going to the fourth chord, I go back to the first, just 6 times, and then to the last 6 times, and then over again like we do in the verse. So the melody in the chorus is actually fairly simple. It starts on the C here, and I believe it plays it 4 times with the first chord before switching to the next chord. So let me just show you how it looks. Up to D flat, back to the first chord, and last chord, and over again. So that was the verse and the chorus of the song, and there's also other parts of the song that I don't want to go further into right now. But just so you know, it's fairly simple. You have 4 chords that are being repeated in a specific pattern, and then you can find the melody by ear, basically, just by knowing the key of the song, which is A flat major, those 7 notes. And yeah, you can do other things with the chords as well. Instead of playing all 3 notes at the same time, these 12 times, you can do other things with the chords that I can go deeper into in another video. But for now, if you just want to play the chords, play the song, you can just combine the chords in the left hand and the melody in the right hand, as I showed you in this video. And yeah, then you can start playing the song as you like. So there you have it. Now you know how to play Perfect by Sheeran by using only 3 simple steps. First you found the key of the song, then you found the chords of the song, and then you found the melody of the song using your ear, and then combined the 2 things together. And if you want to improve your piano playing drastically, or you want to learn to play the piano from scratch, then feel free to follow my Instagram account using the link under this video, where I post free content every single day. And if you want to get in touch with me personally, you can also book a free one-on-one call with me using the calendar link under this video, where we could take a short call about your exact piano goals and where you are right now in your journey, what you've tried in the past, and what you dream about achieving with your piano playing in the future.